ensure equity in your company. Ensure that people are given the things that they need to do their job properly. And that's hard because what that means is you have to, as a leader, sit down and ask them and work out, what is it that you need from me? How can I help you do a better job? That needs a plan. In 6 months, we need to be developing an app that's going to do X. How do we get from here to there? Where does your role fit in? How can I help you do the best possible job? No one's going to say that to you. What they're going to say is, I need help, I need support, I need training, I need to feel part of a team, I need to be able to work with other people, I need to be able to fail, and we need to come up with some new ideas and that not be looked at dimly. Equity is about giving people what they need, not giving everybody the same thing. And so when you're building that team, when you're building that business, when you're building that department, ask people what they need. And that's what good managers do. That's what good leaders do. That involves the people who are working with you to give them the best opportunity to succeed. This is a blueprint for a good employee. An employee that feels useful, an employee that feels secure, an employee that's understanding things are going to change, but we're prepared for change. So they're understanding, but they're also understood. So when they turn around and say, that's great, but I need you to do this, I need you to, I'll need an extra support, I'll need extra help here, I'll need another person. You can then have an honest negotiation, person to person, about what's required. They need to be empathetic, and the only way that they can be empathetic, the only way they can understand the feelings and thoughts of other people, of other departments, of the leaders, is to be in regular contact with them, to understand where everybody is, where everybody's up to, and that's regular, useful meetings to understand where businesses are, where departments are, and how they can move forward together. Part of a fair team, everybody feels secure, everybody feels like they are, they understand what everybody else is doing, accepting that responsibility, being honest about what it is that you need, and being fair about it, and having a discussion and coming to a mutual solution will provide you with a team that is more of a team of equals, because everybody's bringing their own part, everybody's bringing their own usefulness, everyone's bringing their own security and their own understanding and their own empathy. That team of people will be able to solve a problem much better than an individual person barking and shouting and getting stressed and not understanding what teams need. So that's SCARF. And what SCARF is super useful for is creating that equity. But what is needed is a leader at the top, someone who is understanding that they don't get to make all the decisions and that they need to collaborate with other people. At the end of the day, they're going to have to make, yeah, we're going this way. I'm the leader. I'm going to go and I'm taking you with me and we're all going to go together. But having a plan that everybody feels part of, that everybody feels secure in, that everybody understands what their job is, and that they've had a real positive way in to understanding and feeling part of that team and part of that plan, that's super important. And what that does is that allows people to work for longer because they feel like they have a real share in it. And it makes your job easier as a leader because you're not having to reduce people's autonomy and micromanage people, because you've said, we've got a plan, there's 3 parts to this. The delivery part is in charge of the delivery manager, of the project manager. I've spoken to them. They know what they need. They know what they need to do. They feel comfortable in their task. They've got the team around them that needs to work in the right way. They all understand what they're doing. They all understand why they're doing it. And so they know that in 2 weeks we need to come back and deliver this. And they feel comfortable because there is an honest and fair approach that if they can't do that, they know they can come to me as a leader and I will say, great, thank you for bringing this problem to me. How do we solve this together? That's a much better way of doing it. So I think it's really important to build those teams early and to build them fast, but to build them together. We're going to talk more about team building and missions and values and priorities within business departments, within companies that allow people to grow and get promoted and do more and be more and allow leaders to stop managing and start leading. So that'll be the next one that we're going to be looking at.